Hello everyone, Alien Volt here, and I am playing Battlefield Hardline. And this is the newest beta version of the game. Actually, it'll be the last beta prior to the release of the game next month. And this is definitely a better beta. Now, one thing you'll notice right off the bat if you're playing this is that they have eliminated a lot of the weapons. In fact, now the weapons are actually different on the cops and the criminals' sides, which doesn't pose too big of an issue, but when you're buying weapons you will have to buy upgrades on each side, which is easy enough because you actually earn the money quite quickly in this game. Another thing they have done is they've taken out and eliminated certain weapons like RPGs and LMGs, and they've actually put them around the map as spawns, similar to the high-powered sniper rifles in Battlefield 4. Now you can also spec to put some of these things back into vehicles so you can loot them from vehicles, but other than that you have to find them on the maps. The starting weapon for the support class or enforcer in Battlefield Hardline is the shotgun, and I have to say, as much as I don't like running around with the shotgun in Battlefield 4, in Hardline it's definitely pretty fun. The shotgun for the most part is a one-shot, one-kill if you're at close range. Now see, if they're a little farther it takes 2 shots, or if you don't hit them in the head. But I have to say, everyone that I've played with so far has really liked this game, which was a difference from the first beta. First beta, there were a lot of people that weren't real happy. I personally liked it a lot. But now this newest version of the beta, where they're seeing different game modes, and of course this is a classic, Conquest is definitely something that's been common to Battlefield games, but it is a lot of fun. I honestly didn't expect a lot of improvements over the first beta. I thought it was going to be very similar. In fact, it's been a huge improvement in just about every way. And it's really a good game. It runs really smooth. It's extremely fun. In fact, the majority of my Battlefield 4 community, even those that were opposed to this game, stating that, you know, the obvious, that it was a Battlefield 4 reskin and it wasn't worth the price tag of a AAA title, you know, it should have been a DLC, have actually changed their thought process on this game and plan on buying it now, which is a testament to how much work Visceral and DICE LA have put into this game to clean it up and really address the issues that the community had with it. Because now you've got a game that, you know, may not have done all that well after the first beta, that's probably going to stand on its feet and do very well. And I hope so, because so far this is the funnest Battlefield I've played. Now, believe it or not, one of the big improvements they made to this game was in weapons handling. This game plays like a hardcore game. The weapons handling is really accurate. In fact, the recoil on the weapons is pretty high. With the exception of the M16, all the weapons that I've fired in this game so far have had quite a bit of recoil. And combine that with the damage effect that these weapons have in this game, and you've got a pretty realistic feel to them, which is nice. And I think a lot of fans of Battlefield really appreciate that. Graphically, this is a huge improvement over the first beta. They've definitely stepped up the graphics, as they should have. That was actually one of the things that I criticized the last game in, as I just felt it wasn't polished enough to be released as it was. Battlefield 4 is a great looking game. I mean, honestly, it was one of the best looking computer games released at the time. And Battlefield Hardline was the next game in that series. I mean, it needed to look good. And at the time, it just didn't do it. It was like a step down, back to Battlefield 3. And don't get me wrong, Battlefield 3 is a great looking game, even by today's standards. But Battlefield 4 is a better looking game. Now Battlefield Hardline is a great looking game, and a worthy successor to Battlefield 4 graphically. In fact, a common comment that I continuously heard all night long while playing this was that how good this game actually looked. And this wasn't coming from people who had never played Battlefield 4. This was coming from a Battlefield 4 community. If you're a fan of Battlefield, I think you'll really like this game. And it may not be for everybody, but I think the majority of people are really going to appreciate what they've done here. Especially if you played games like Payday and Counter-Strike. You know, I'm not trying to throw out any predictions there, but I think this is definitely going to be my favorite game for 2015. And I have a lot of games. It's hard to beat a game that looks great, performs great, has a good first-person story attached to it, as well as new game modes that Battlefield series has never seen. Not to mention, look how gorgeous these maps are. And what do we pay for normally in DLCs to begin with? Map packs? Maybe a few weapons? With Battlefield Hardline, you're going to get 9 new maps and 5 game modes never seen in the Battlefield 4 series before. Not to mention a single-player campaign. They've managed to put together a game that's easily more different than Modern Warfare to Black Ops, from Call of Duty Ghosts to Advanced Warfighter. Battlefield 3 and 4, even Bad Company 2, is different than Hardline, while maintaining that Battlefield familiarity. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.